Still.
What?
Can you hear that?
Yes, we can.
Okay. And so the
keyboard?
and the audience.
Yeah. I do think, I mean, don't get me wrong, love the movie, but it's also like
Did you promote the show?
Say what?
Did you promote the show?
No. I thought that was Shinatsky's task.
Martin, I hate you. I just want you to know that.
Oh, I already did. You're late to the train.
Deep in a secret Pacific underground lair, Pop Culture Minefield presents Saturday Afternoon Matinee. This is the comic relief crusader telling you to get your popcorn and candy ready. Take it away, Martine.
Come here to choose.
My true name is Inigo Montoya.
All right. I guess we're doing a show. Just gonna chew my gum into the microphone. No.
Yep. Looks like a show, Gary.
Looks like we're doing a show. All right, so we're going to be talking about really one of my favorite films of all time, Secondhand Lions. It's a great flick. It's surprising just how good this damn thing is.
Really?
It's because it hits you on so many different levels. I mean, one, great cast, starring Robert Duvall and Michael Caine. And then of course you got the little kid. What's his damn name? I always forget his name.
Haley Joel Osment.
Hey, I got that in stereo. Like I got Hispanic, Espanol in left ear, and I don't know what that was. Like Soul Brother in the right.
Oh,
Osmond.
Jeez.
And you know
Aren't
why?
you glad I didn't add my accent to that?
Wow.
Also has Josh Lucas in it.
Yes.
You got Nicky Cat that's in it. He actually plays a bad guy in it. Kira Sedgwick, that's Kevin Bacon's wife. And Christian Kane plays the younger Hub, Robert Duvall character. And you all know him from The Librarians. What was that other show he did? Leverage.
Yep.
Angel.
And he also has his own series on, is it TNT? Almost Paradise.
Yep, that's a good one.
Got 3 seasons that I know of.
When he's not performing and writing his own material, he's a musician and singer. And of course, his big break came on the series Angel. So
I don't even remember him in that, but every once in a while I'll catch him in something and go, hey, I know that guy.
Oh, he played a major part in Angel. In fact, his part pretty much runs through the entire series.
Yes, he was an antagonist and ended up being a frenemy.
Well, yeah.
And you have Eric Balfour, who I haven't seen a
right,
lot of stuff he's been in, but he was one of the 3 main characters in the series Haven.
Yes.
On the Sci-Fi Channel.
Balfour, good actor right there.
And
so
Adrian Pasdar also is a part of this film.
So this is just like really, just in the casting alone, it was really good. Then the writing, it was written by Tim McCanless, and it was directed by Tim McCanless. And I just thought this is a tremendously good film.
Yeah.
And the thing that kind of blew my mind with it is Michael Caine, as important as he is as a character, he's a second fiddle to Robert Duvall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And still he's first listed in the credits.
Yeah. But he's kind of a secondhand character. Secondhand lion, secondhand character. So we got
Lucky.
Christian Delorme, Vinyl Revival, my good friend, mon ami, with $5 Canadian. And I had to take a break of my afternoon and salute all you great people. Cheers. Cheers to you, my friend. And I will respond to you later because he's going to be doing a show now. He was wanting to know if I'd be able to make it, and I got to look to see what my schedule is. I actually keep a schedule. I keep a calendar of everything I'm doing. So I use, what is it, Yahoo Calendar? You guys ever use that?
I always knew you were a Yahoo.
Yeah, I'm a Yahoo. I use Yahoo Calendar because it absolutely sends me updates and it hits my phone too. So I love that. It's free.
You know, the thing about having Michael Caine, though, at the top there.
Did you say Michael Caine?
Wow, really?
That's a joke from our Michael Caine show the other night.
The thing about having...
That was my joke.
I know. I stole it.
The thing about having Maurice Micklewhite at the top is the
Maurice
fact that he is a 2-time Academy Award winner, where Robert Duvall has only won it once.
But Duvall also won an Emmy, so for what was that Western series you did with Tommy Lee Jones? Lonesome Dove.
Yes.
Another thing, did you know that the father of Haley Joel is in the movie?
No.
Yes.
He's the doctor that says to the relatives that Hobbs just checked out by himself.
Oh, at the hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh man, Christian again.
Stripper money alarm.
Uh-oh. Look, I'm not wearing very much, so you don't really want to do this.
The other
Put the
thing
beer
is
down. Put the beer down, please.
I'm barely wearing anything, so
didn't need that. Didn't need that. Also, Maurice also has a knighthood, which Duvall doesn't have. So
here we go. Hold on a second. I will show Haley Joel Osment's dad right here. There you go. Yeah, he played the doctor. There you go.
Yep.
And something I just found out today, when they were filming this, Haley Joel Osment was going through puberty and his voice was changing.
Mm-hmm.
So they filmed
That's so problematic for films, man.
Yeah. So what they did was the director decided to film it sequentially. So they literally filmed the first scene first, the last scene last, and at the end of the film, you can hear that his voice is deeper than it was at the beginning. So they just went with that change and just said, okay, he's going through puberty. We got to film this sequentially.
Because it happens over like a summer. It did for me.
Yeah.
I went through so many changes and height changes. I went through growing pains, physical growing pains. Because I grew, I think 3.5, 4 inches in height over 1 year.
At least you got something out of the pains. I didn't.
Slamming my finger into, like, I go to reach for something and it's closer because my reach is longer now, and I jam my fingers constantly. I bumped into doors when I was opening them. It was funny. My dad used to make fun of me. I would stumbled all the time too. I was so klutzy for like a year. It was ridiculous. But again, Christian Delorme for the $2 Canadian, and Keith has Barry White voice. Oh yeah.
If that's going to get us money every time I use it, I'll continue to do that.
You remember that show when somebody asked, why does Gary's black guy sound more black than Keith? You remember it? Somebody like asked that on the show. It wasn't our show. I think it was on somebody else's stream. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's called low-key racism.
You know, I thought it was funny. You know,
Penny is here, as well as Kingsport Cal. Everyone uses my cocaine joke. Everyone. And he sends Penny a rose. So it's good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday. Anybody else here? It looks like
apparently
we've got 11 watching right now. Hopefully it'll pick up here in the next few minutes. We had last night's TGIF We had, well, I can actually go check what the final count was. What was the final count?
Okay.
What was the final countdown?
I don't know. I'm gonna run videos for Christian. Thank you, my friend, for your consideration, and we have this one for you.
Crumb laughs at your 4 wins.
Crumb laughs at your 4 wins. I love that video.
And this one.
I'm just a caveman. Your world frightens and confuses me.
I think there's something wrong with the numbers that YouTube is showing right now, because we consistently had over 60 people throughout the show. Yesterday.
Most of them are watching on
now they're
Twitter,
saying we
Barry.
only had 90 views. And I'm like, oh, that's bullshit.
The live views are obviously not on YouTube.
Our biggest number comes from X.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So
I'm gonna go.
Well, what was that number?
I can't remember, but most of the time, close to 60% comes from X.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh.
I had the breakdown and I can't seem to find it right now. Analytics.
YouTube is messing with numbers, though.
Dragon Roost is in the house.
What's up, Dragon Roost?
Thank you very much, Dragon. And we'll be happy to do that for you.
Kingsport says that he thinks the rewatch views are on a separate counter.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Well, if you had 60 people constantly cycling in and out, you'd have more views. If you had 60 people who stayed for the whole show, you'd have 60 views.
No, but that's not what they do, is because it's not always consistently the same people. And we'll end up with like 200 views on a video when we only saw like 40 or 50 people watching at any given time. But it's not always, and it's weird. And I have to go into the analytics to look at how they break it down. And and that's what I end up finding out, is that people are rotating in and out watching the show.
Yep.
So, but anyway, Dragon Ruse, welcome to the show, my friend. Well, they continue counting. Like I'm looking at some of the stuff right now where it says since last night we've had another 25 views on the video after it aired, and it'll pick up through the weekend. What I hope is that, you know, we maintain staying ahead of YouTube, because YouTube wants to punish us because it doesn't like our opinions. So I have to, you know, I had to like tweak it for a while, paying Google to get our numbers up to where they're supposed to be. And then I stopped, and it's just kept going.
So what you're saying is YouTube works like the mob. You have to pay them.
Yeah, they are the mob. They really are. They use mafia rules.
Is that why those men came and tried to break my legs earlier? That explains a lot.
I think that's more of a you thing.
Exactly why. Lord Thoth, all hail Lord Thoth. What is up, my friend? So, but anyway, the film kind of surprised me when it came out, because I took Zoe to see it. I remember it was when we were living in Lebanon, and yeah, normal people say Lebanon, but in Missouri they say Lebanon. That's how they pronounce Lebanon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not worried, Kingsburg. I'm really not. We have a good viewership, but and we have our main audience that are in the chats, you guys, and you're really the main reason why I enjoy doing this stuff, because I like interacting with you guys. And is that weird, Red Shirt, that I'm like that, or do you think more are like that?
No, I think anybody anybody that can does that. I mean, if the channel gets to the size where you can't, then you have to spend more time just maybe at the end doing super
Yeah, I
chats.
kind of feel bad for Midnight's Edge because they're always hurrying up to get caught up with, paid chats, and they're not paying attention to the chat at all during the shows.
It's very common with larger channels especially with a huge chat. I mean, Lord Thoth can back me up on this. Some chats are just go by so fast that you need 5 mods just so that they can read every 5th comment and cover it.
It's ridiculous.
But what I will tell you is, and I've heard this from multiple YouTubers, this is the first form of interactive entertainment since vaudeville, and it's an advantage to YouTube if you can run live streams and pay attention to chats. I've had a couple of comments get brought up on the screen on a couple of live streams where I was just in the chat, and it cracked everybody up, or it changed the course of the conversation because they decided to highlight one comment, and that can happen. So, the being able to keep an eye on the chat is actually, in my opinion, better for your live streams. They come across because
and I will get distracted sometimes. Like when I'm talking about a subject, I will get lost while I'm talking and not paying attention to chat. And someone will go, "Hey, did you get so and so's comment?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." I'm like, dang it! I feel bad because I like paying attention to what's going on in the chat. Welcome, Duck Dog, to the show. Hope you enjoy it. We will be talking about this film.
Yes, New Line Cinema. That was of this era. That was one of the markers where I'm going, it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the opening on the plane while they're flying. And I don't want to ruin it for everybody because this is how the movie ends. He gets the speedometer 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, actually, based on that model of airplane that was in the trivia on IMDb, they said that model of airplane had 123 to 125 mile an hour top speed. So 120 miles an hour was reasonable. It was believable.
Biplanes, man.
And that's the plane they build.
Yeah.
Don't know how to fly. They've never flown before. They learn to fly as they're building it.
Yep. Yeah. Just gonna be for a few weeks. Month or two top.
Now, did you, by any chance, notice how perfect was the casting of the kid and the kid as a grown man?
Oh yeah.
You can't believe that face is his. You can't believe that voice.
Oh, Josh
is his.
Lucas, yeah. Even though Haley Joel Osment grew up to have a giant face and a giant head and a little tiny face in real life. I mean, he's got this huge head and a little tiny face. It's really weird.
His face is the exact same proportions, as far as I can tell, as it is when he was a child.
The proportion of his face never changed, but his head did.
Yep.
But he's a good actor. I still like him.
And I had to look twice, but Josh Lucas, who plays the adult Walter, was in Ford v Ferrari as one of the most disagreeable characters in the whole film.
Yes.
And he was in A Beautiful Mind too.
Yeah.
He is also the actor that plays young Kevin Costner in Yellowstone.
Oh.
It's called acting.
Exactly.
Well, he nails the voice.
Yes.
And that's what really blew my mind, because it's Josh Lucas. It's not Costner like younging down his voice. And I personally have a connection with this film because this is the kind of shit I went through with my mother. Always dropping us off with family. My siblings and I.
Yeah, and just find out where they stash the money. Such a noble creature, his mother.
Well, the ending is very satisfying.
Yes.
Yeah, he no longer has to deal with his mother.
Oh, the way this guy is fish.
This is great. This is almost as bad as my brothers. We go out to the lake out in Charleston, Illinois, and they throw M80s in the water.
Yep.
What?
What the hell?
It would kill fish within a certain proximity. They just come to the surface. Scoop them up.
Pretty sure that can't be legal.
It is illegal.
It's completely illegal. It's
very
you get caught
illegal,
doing that. Yes. You know, you're in trouble. You're going to be paying a fine or going to jail.
Or both.
Yep.
Yeah, or both.
What I really appreciate about this movie is that it's not trying to be realistic. It's trying to be believable.
Well, it's trying to be true to the emotional side of the characters. I mean,
it tries, and it does. It walks the line between, is this real? Is this exaggeration, or is just plain lies? You're always trying to ascertain that during the movie until you get to the end, and then you know the truth.
Yeah,
right.
Which I mean, the characters to be the truth anyway.
Yeah. In the first half of the film, roughly, I mean, everybody's almost like an exaggeration or an archetype. You know, you have the mother who's shiftless and, you know, constantly chooses bad men. You have the irascible uncles. You have the young boy who's a fish out of water coming here.
Typical teenager.
Yeah, and you know, you have the two gentlemen sitting on their porch with shotguns shooting into the air over the heads of salesmen to make them run. Just get them off the property. I mean, it's, you know, no.
And the police never get called on them.
Yeah, no, but it's exaggerated, but it's to establish the characters. And by the way, the house is real. It's actually there. The only thing they did was they put that little turret, that little tower on the top that was supposed to be Walter's bedroom. And they changed the whole look of the house. I mean, they weathered it and repainted it, and the owner's wife saw it after they'd prepped it for the production. She damn near passed out.
They'd ruined it.
Yeah, they thought they'd ruined it. And her husband assured her, no. I've been told. I'm absolutely assured they're going to put it right back the way it was. Love the cars.
Man. Yes, the cars.
Yeah, the cars are gorgeous.
Yeah, and the other thing they did with the house is they added the top attic bedroom thing.
Right.
Because that wasn't on the house.
And they actually added an extra wraparound porch. So those
porch keeps changing.
You know,
it does.
This was awesome because the kid asked them, "Do you have TV?" And no, we don't have TV. What do you do all day? And then we get to see what their entertainment is: shooting at salesmen.
Well, you know,
that's entertainment.
Well, I have to admit, the older that I get, the more I see the logic and just sitting outside, interacting with life and letting everybody know.
I reposted that meme with them on the porch with the shotguns and said, the older I get, the more I identified with these two gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how Gary's going to spend his school years. He's going a porch drawing comic books with a shotgun, shooting at salesmen every so often.
Salesman? You only think it's just going to be salesman?
As long as he's not accidentally shooting at me.
Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Mormon salesmen, Jehovah's Witness salesmen.
People who go walking down the street at weird hours of the night, people who are mumbling to themselves, people who are arguing with their significant others. Gary don't want to hear any of it.
Right. And by the way, the car that the mother is driving is very similar to one that we had when I was a kid. and those doors were like a ton. And my mom went to shut it with her butt, and my hand was still holding onto the car. And thank God, kids' bones are soft until they're a certain age. And it's how you end up with what's referred to as a green stick fracture because of how soft our bones are. But all she did was smush my fingers. They bled a little bit, but she didn't break them. God damn, that door was heavy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a country square
cars
station
with fins.
wagon. Yes, cars with fins.
Good point.
Yep.
No, I'm the guy that's like, why are you bringing a serial killer in my house?
So you can
we
shoot
don't
the serial
like
killer.
this kind around here. I'm all for the murder annoying teenagers, but you're taking it too far with that mask, man.
Come on, kid. Don't judge serial killers. They may have had a traumatic event in their life as a kid.
Look,
they're going to have a traumatic event when I'm done with them, too.
You know what? I can understand turning into a serial killer if you're being forced to eat something like, say, blueberry too much. But
there's no such thing as too much blueberry. By the way, here, you guys brought it up. Here it is. That's the real house with the drawing over it of what they were going to do to the house.
Well.
And they added a window to that area there where it's penciled too. To that front porch area. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I bet the wife freaked out when she saw that.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
With how it is, I actually consider this a fantasy film, and I mean that as a high compliment, because fantasy is more than just, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah, sometimes it's Star Wars. Anima's getting attacked over on a group because they called Star Wars sci-fi in an article, and she corrected him saying it's not sci-fi, it's fantasy.
Yes,
it's sci-fi fantasy, but she said it's fantasy, and
also that it's taken from Dune. And these idiots who downvote me, they say there's nothing.
There is a great deal of it stolen from Dune.
That's the same. Yeah.
Yep.
They're being stupid.
Now, I do want to point out that during the making of the film, they had a lot of handlers for the real lion that's used in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
What they didn't have was a handler for the pig, and the pig is what attacked Haley Joel Osment.
Yep.
Nobody suspected the pig would be a danger, but it was.
Yeah, they just didn't expect it. It's like,
obviously, they've never been on a pig farm.
Yeah, pigs will attack anybody they can get away with.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a handful of pigs on the farm when I was a kid, and I was constantly getting yelled at because I would try to get close to the pig pen, and they're like, "No, get away from there. They will eat you."
Yep.
Yep. You don't, because they're all cuddly because you've domesticated them, but they're still they're related to boars, which gorge people to death.
Yep. The bird on the pig. Apparently, there's an Easter egg in the DVD if you use the controls right, that you get to see all the outtakes of when they were trying to get the duck to stay, or the bird to stay on the pig. I don't know if it was a duck, but trying to get it to stay on the pig. The pig didn't want it to be there. The bird didn't want to be there. And apparently it took them a whole crap load of takes just before they finally got their one shot.
Right. Now, this shit's funny. They're gardening.
Yeah.
Because they bought seeds, and what they didn't know is that all that say they're different plants are actually all the same plant, corn.
And they've never been farmers because they can't tell the difference between seed corn and any of those other seeds.
Right. It's fucking funny.
It
might explain why they are so angry with salesmen.
Well, that's a different thing.
Or relatives.
That family is so annoying. Oh, goats can be assholes. I've been there.
Now, in the famous fight scene, I want to bring this up. Robert Duvall goes up against those teens, right?
Yep.
And Travis Willingham, the main teen, was hit 3 times in the face by Duvall. This was due to a miscommunication with Duvall, and where he thought that he believed that Willingham was a stuntman, and that Duvall was supposed to hit him. The cut that was used in the final scene, or in the final movie, when Travis, you can actually see that Travis's nose had started really bleeding.
Oh, that is real blood.
Yeah, that's real blood. Yes.
Wow.
That is serious commitment to the craft.
Well, are you
Writer,
going to argue?
director. I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Are you going to argue with Robert Duvall over the fact that he keeps hitting you in the face?
Nope. Nope. Just keep going with it.
Keep going.
Writer,
with it.
Yeah, writer-director Tim McKinley's wrote the lion as a female because he thought that it would be easier to keep under control than a male lion, which is wrong.
Yeah.
It was not until production began that he found out that female lions are the ones who do all the ferocious hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also, the lion was really young because in the movie the lion is old, but the lioness that they used was only 2 years old. So that probably contributed to problems with her.
You know, the problem of hitting stuntmen was also a problem for Sean Connery, especially when they were making Dr. No. There's quite a few stuntmen as you are getting into the middle of the film, the scene where they get captured. And especially towards the end of the movie where Bond is breaking out, some of those stunt guys are actually getting hit by Connery, who was a boxer.
He was a hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
He was a brawler. A gangster got scared of him one time.
Yeah. He made the mistake of pulling a gun on Connery, and Connery didn't think anything of it. He
the
disarmed
pistol
him.
from him, unloaded it, and hit him with it.
Well,
Wow.
Sir Michael Caine said that early in his career, he once held Sir Sean Connery's hat while Connery fought and beat 4 men in a nightclub single-handedly. This may have been the inspiration for the scene.
It was the inspiration.
Right.
I saw that, and it's like, no, it was the inspiration for him holding Duvall's hat during that fight scene.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you know, boxer, gravedigger, delivery man, and male model.
Coffin polisher.
He was a bodybuilder.
Yeah. And he also served in the military. Yep. So that's Sean Connery. You know.
Michael Caine, too. Michael fought.
Yes, Michael
in
did
fact,
fight.
he saw some of the most ferocious fighting against the Chinese in the Korean War, where it became hand-to-hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knows what having to kill somebody is like in combat. And he inspires me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not to want to go kill Chinese people. Don't misunderstand.
No.
That's not the inspiration I mean.
Wow.
Just to be a better man is what I mean.
Man, that would make these speeches in the movie a lot darker. Now, Walter, I want you to remember, they're not people. They're agents.
When you say things like that, you make me feel better about myself, because I said, oh, so I am not the only one that need to talk with disclaimers.
Wow.
And it's so funny hearing him do a Southern accent. Technically a rural Southern accent.
Yes.
It really is
Midwest.
Funny.
Well, he is when he says root when you're enjoying that root beer, he says it in with a Midwestern accent, not a Southern accent.
You enjoying that root beer?
If you haven't seen it, by the way, there's a video where Michael Caine does all the Michael Caine impressions because he's fucking sick of them. It's hilarious.
Oh, I want to see that.
I'll get the link.
And the ending of the film was reshot for an additional $600,000 because of negative test screen response.
Yeah, they actually brought the Sheikh in himself, like on oxygen or something, as a very, very old man, and they decided to change that.
Yeah,
God, they
I
did.
think the bringing the grandson works better because he can relate with Walter.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right, it's in the chat.
Okay, now I'm going to point this out right here. My grandfather found out that a 1948 Deuce and a Half dump truck bed will deflect AK-47 fire in Korea. Now, the reason you find out things like this is because you fuck around and found out, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes fucking around gives you good information.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he didn't know that information, he'd be dead. So.
Yeah, and that is a situation he found out. He was hoping before, and then found out afterward that it worked. And it's like,
oh man, this scene.
with the clay pigeon. Yeah,
this brought a new life to their eyes. Oh my God, we can shoot all day.
Right.
I won't have my children around in this gun foolishness. Well, then go.
It irritated me so much that she kept calling her husband daddy. I cringed so hard.
Yeah, it was kind of
people would do
creepy.
that.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, well, there are some couples that got into that.
Well, I got to tell you, when I was a boy, I remember Grandma calling Grandpa, "Now, Dad, get on in there and get your hands washed," and I'm like, that was different. But Daddy is creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That happens a lot in Latin American country.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy and mommy.
Or father and mother.
No. It just I think it's conversation for another.
Yes.
For a more private conversation.
Oh, my mother would say Papa.
Hold on there. Why does it have to be private?
Yeah.
What are you saying, Martin?
He's about to say something really weird, apparently.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly where I'm going. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, Martin?
Martin, don't worry. We've already judged you. So.
No, I have never done that.
Well, neither have I. I observed growing up that there were certain people that, couples that got into even saying that. It's like, well, mother, we're going to have to come at this a different way. Or
Exactly. Exactly. Because
now there's another thing that I've seen happen in some families. That tends to happen when they have little kids. So little kids
when they're super little, okay.
Yeah, because they learn to call.
it becomes habitual though after that.
Yeah.
It just becomes habitual because you're so used to doing it for the kids' sake that it ends up continuing, and I've seen that happen. All right, here we go.
It's wonderful actually sitting there and listening to you talk because yours is the most impersonated voice in the business, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
everybody.
I can do it.
Can you do it?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Michael Caine.
Oh, Billy Connolly.
I'm not finished yet. Not many people know that. I sound like this bloody moron. My name's Michael Caine. So she can't really, You know where they've got me now on a they have me on the birthday cards,
Yes, when you're up.
It's your birthday today. Not many people know that.
Oh my God.
They've got me, on the satellite navigation. Yeah. Where you're in the car, where it's me going, now take the second turn on Very good sat nav with me giving instructions on it. I said, watch out where you go. That's all. We looked at it. I said, everyone said, "Have you been doing sat-navs?" I said, "No, I don't do sat-navs." I don't do birthday cards either. All I have to print said this is an impersonation by Joe Snow.
That's right.
And you can't do it.
That's right, exactly. So,
yeah.
What about you impersonating other people? Because Ken Brandon said last week on this show, he said that you.
I saw that. He said, I can't impersonate Sean.
That's what he said.
Yeah, no. When he said to me, he said to me, "Can you impersonate Sean?" So I said, "Yeah." He said, "Go on, do it." I mean, and then he thought.
It's not like Sean.
It's not a bit like Sean.
No, it's not. Not at all. No. But who can you impersonate?
Dudley Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Pete. How are you going?
Wow.
How did Bridget Bardo came in the other day?
No, Kingsport. That is Billy Connolly.
Get out, you dirty cow.
That was great. Oh my God, that was great.
Hey, Soul Assassins in the house.
Not a lot of people know that, Gary.
Hey, that was a terrible Michael Caine impression. Well done.
Don't quit your day job.
You don't quit your day job.
Neither does Michael Caine.
Most people, when they do a Scottish accent, like when I do one, I'm doing an Aberdeen accent.
I tried to do it. I was in a room. I'd forgotten completely. I was in a room with a guy who was born and raised in Glasgow once at work. And I tried to do David Tennant's Edinburgh accent. And he just turned and looked at me. And that's what he said to me. He said, "Don't quit your day job." Cracked up.
Burn.
Oh my God. I remember one of my favorite moments in Scotland was when I went into the train station in Inverness. It was just vaulted ceilings, stonework. It's like a castle on the inside. And I followed my dad. I was 13 years old, barely, and walked in there, and I didn't have to go to the bathroom, and I just followed him into the bathroom. I'm checking it out, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing." They had a giant round water trough. And I was like, "Is that a sink or a pisser?" And then I saw a guy pissing away. It's a pisser. And every sound echoed. The sound of the water flow, you can hear it cascading against the walls and the ceiling. And it's just a cacophony of noise in this room. And all the stalls were taken. And I walked over to this giant moon-faced scale. And I stepped up on it, and it's like gives like your weight and like gives your horoscope and all sorts of shit on there, but I couldn't figure out how it worked. And I kept looking around it and under it to figure out where to put the coin. Because in America, when you see one of those, you have to put a coin in it. So I'm standing there trying to figure this thing out, and I'm standing there with my corduroy jacket, white shirt with big high collar on it, and corduroy pants. And this old man walks up to me wearing a kilt with a sporran, tam o'shanter, and he's got a tweed jacket on, corduroy vest, and a shirt. He walks up to me, and he goes, and I just sort of looked at him like, "What the fuck did he just say to me?" And then I went, "Oh, I'm pale, and I've got gingery brown hair, and I'm wearing corduroy. He thinks I'm Scottish." And so I felt like I needed to let him know, "I'm sorry, I'm American. I only speak English." And then he leaned in and he said, "That was English, laddie." And it was so loud it echoed, and then every toilet stall erupted in laughter.
If it's any consolation, Gary, I once saw a BBC interview between one of the BBC reporters and a Highlander from Scotland, and they subtitled the interview in English.
Oh, so Anima asked about that one night. Like, why are they putting subtitles? And I'm like going, "You don't understand. Some of those accents are hard to understand."
Dude.
No, we were watching something that Chasing Hitler thing, and they had a German or Austrian guy, I don't know, and he spoke really good English.
Clear English. It was clear.
There was no way they needed subtitles for that. That struck me as weird to put that in.
Dude, there's this movie. It's a zombie comedy movie. It's a co-production between Spain and Cuba. The movie takes place in Cuba, and the main actor is of course a Cuban guy. Dude, the first time we watched that movie in my house, we had to put it subtitles because they speak so fast that we couldn't discern when one word ended and the next one came.
Yep. Cuban and Puerto Rican are the hardest that I've ever heard. I have a Cuban foster sister. She has to slow down to. I have to slow her down to 50% speed to be able to understand her.
Dude, Chilean, the way they speak in Chile is challenging, but it's all about the speed.
Yep.
I watched a film called The Rundown.
Oh, I loved it.
Sean William Scott, and Ewan Bremner is in it, and his Scottish accent, is so thick, nobody understands him, and it's one of the best parts of the film. This guy right here, his character was my favorite part of that whole fucking movie.
He's also one of my favorites from the movie Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Ewan is yeah. He was one of the
Nice.
soldiers. Yeah.
Well, he was the one. He was the sharpshooter.
Yeah, the sniper who couldn't kill.
Yeah.
Best shot in the damn company, afraid to kill you. Because that was said about me once. Best shot in the company is goddamn pacifist. I'm like, I am not a pacifist.
No, you're a pass a fist into their face.
Yeah. Pass that fist. There you go. Here we go. The shit's starting to grow. Oh my God, I love this movie. Oh wait. I like to drop my southern accent when new people at work make fun of it. I speak to them fluently and intelligently. I speak to everyone else in my normal accent. It drives the others nuts. Thing that really freaks me out is like every once in a while, my own accent will freak me out when
you're tired, yeah.
When I'm tired, and I'll even hear it and I'll go, God damn, that just came out of my mouth. What are y'all doing? God, Haley did a really good job as this kid. He really did. I wish that, when you get a kid actor who's really good at kid acting, that you could give him a drug that allows him to stay a kid like twice as long.
What the hell?
That is just wrong.
And this is why child abuse continues.
Just stunt their growth.
I publicly denounce Gary Kizzo.
I do not know this person.
Doesn't allow them to go through puberty blockers.
As the darkest complexion in this room, I think I better go.
Actually, that's a fucked up thing that the Russians do to their children athletes.
Well, they did something similar to that to. In fact, they're called castratos for a reason.
Yeah.
In the churches, these boys that had high pitched voices, they would castrate them so they could maintain the voice. Again, every single plant here is fucking corn.
He's so confident in what they are, though, because he remembered.
That's not potatoes.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, that's potatoes, that's beans, that's this, that's that.
Okay. Wait a damn minute here. I love that.
I like to point out we have a new viewer, Max Demon.
Hey, Max Demon, what's up?
I wasn't going to highlight that.
There's minimum demon and maximum demon. This is Max Demon. Soul Assassin's here too, by the way.
I just love the fact that the uncles are the last to figure this out.
Children of the corn. Your down east accent pops out. Sup, y'all?
What, down east? As in you can't get there from here.
Oh man, those were another times. You can buy whatever you want. Now there's regulations and rules and prohibition for everything because a bunch of Karens didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine that. Hey, I want a giraffe. Go buy a giraffe. And you have one.
Yep.
And the reason they wanted it is so they could kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
You
have to admire the faith that this kid has on his uncles, because somebody told to me, come on, open the lion's cage. And I said, no way. That shit is going to eat me. I'm not opening that.
Yeah, it won't have time to eat you with 2 guns trained on it.
I don't care. Shit happens.
By the way, this episode's been brought to you by Martina Acosta Santana's accent.
What about you, Rodriguez? You got anything to say?
Yes, sir, but it's very difficult, sir, and I don't think you'll understand.
Well, try me. Let me hear.
Okay, sir. Mire, jefe, yo no sabía que yo iba a trabajar más fuerte que el caballo de mi tío. El pobre se cayó muerto de tanto.
I like that clip.
CPO Sharky.
I'm going to send you back home for the festival in the banana festival. And if that don't work, I'm going to shoot your donkey. Oh, it's so racist and funny. Well, it's Texas. You could buy anything down here. Most tigers here than anywhere else is the world. Yeah.
That's wow.
Oh, somebody wants somebody's attention. I can hear it.
Yeah, it's almost feeding time. I'm looking forward to the show
what's the
starting
name?
after feeding them.
What's the name of the Tiger King's nemesis? The woman that
Carol Baskin.
Yeah. God
Oh, I'm sorry.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, there it is. That's the full name.
They would have been the ones responsible for Tiger King going out of business.
Hi, Sax.
The thing that's interesting, really, with this film, except for when they're telling stories, the entire film takes place around this damn house.
Yeah.
Yep.
They venture off the house a couple times. The restaurant scene, bar scene, and the hospital scene.
With characters like that, you really don't need to change locations.
It's a girl line.
They are old. I get it. They just want to sit on their porch and
shoot that thing.
You know, the film was budgeted at $30 million.
I think most of it went to Michael Caine, Robert Duvall.
Probably.
Well,
okay. Oh, continue.
The film only made $48.3 million.
It's a pity because it's such a beautiful movie, man.
It is, but it also is again, it's a reminder that you don't need $100 million nowadays. If you took this script and tried to make it now, they wouldn't come close to spending, they'd spend right around $100 million to get this thing made, and there's no reason for it. Everything in this film, and you did it on a budget of approximately $30 million.
Yeah, they basically broke even on the film because it was a $30 million film, and it brought in 48.3.
Then you had DVD sales back then when DVDs actually sold.
Well, exactly. So. Well, they still do video on demand, all that. They make their money back.
Okay,
yeah.
Let me run this little video for our beloved friend Sax.
Hey, fuck you, Kyle.
Oh, is Zach here?
Yeah,
I sent him an invite.
Yes,
to
Zach is
join
here.
us.
Here's one that might surprise you. They originally wanted Robert Redford and Paul Newman to play the uncles.
Wow,
which would have been
great.
That would have been their third partnership after Butch Cassidy and the Sting.
Because they always wanted to do another film together.
Yeah.
This would have been fun. This would have been a really good movie for the both of them.
Yep.
I think Redford would have been Michael Caine's character. Was it Hux? God, I'm trying to remember the name. It's been forever since I saw this.
Hob.
Hob.
No, yeah, Michael Caine was Garth. Robert Duvall was Hub.
Okay, Garth. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they would have been an interesting. It would have been a very different movie with those two. They had a completely different chemistry from the way Caine and Duvall worked together on this.
True. But there is something to be said for actors who, first of all, have good chemistry from having worked together for a long time.
Oh yeah,
and so it says a lot about Duvall and Caine to have been able to put that together just for this film. Something that Redford and Newman would have had from years of working together. So.
Yes.
I want to tell you, there's something funny. If you get the DVD of this and you click to go to the deleted scenes section, while at the top of the list, you press up on your remote control and a star will appear and be highlighted. You immediately press OK, and it takes you to outtakes of the filmmakers trying to put the rooster on the back of the pig.
Didn't Reshoots say that earlier?
What?
Reshoots brought that up earlier.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
I mentioned it. I said it was an Easter egg. I didn't give the instructions on how to find it.
Yeah, because that's how you do
them. Yeah. But they actually have 2 Easter eggs in the DVD set for this. I'll have to look for the other one. But yeah, this sounds like the DVDs would be fun to get because we don't own it, and I'd be willing to go back and buy a set of the DVDs just to get the extras.
Well, I mean, a lot of DVDs had a lot of interesting things that you had to do in order to uncover stuff. The X-Men DVD had a hidden section to it that I really liked.
What I miss most is just the documentaries they did when the DVD boom happened. Those were great.
You could learn so much. I that's what I loved about DVDs. You could just learn so much. Just spend an entire day just on one movie.
Yeah.
If you watch the movie and then watch all the extras.
The making of Lord of the Rings is longer than Lord of the Rings extended editions.
Yes, but you know what? You learn so much.
Years ago, Mac Ultra Rob and I were planning to shoot a short film. It was going to be about 10 minutes long, but planned to shoot about 4 hours of bonus features. Just because it was fucking stupid. Another bonus, we were going to add like 10 different commentaries, including us as the Three Stooges, as the Marx Brothers, just doing really bad impressions.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail had a pretty good one. They had the subtitles for the movie in Japanese.
Oh,
and
yes.
They had Shakespeare in one of the tracks if you wanted to do something more cultured.
I love the stuff that they do with that. There's like this entire thing about the moose in the titles. It was funny.
Yeah, the opening titles. A moose once bit my sister. The other Easter egg is on the DVD special features menu. Go to On the Set with Secondhand Lions, press left. A short bloopers reel is shown with Haley Joel Osment and Nicky Katt in the barn.
You know, it's really weird to have bloopers on horror films.
Yes.
It's so off-putting. What the fuck?
I mean, Uwe Ball ones would probably have a shit ton of them, and they'd probably actually be funny.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, no. Don't say that.
I can't stand that guy now. Fuck
nope.
I like his cheesy movies.
I do not.
The most pointless line in cinema history. You made yourself immortal. Why? And then he responds, to live forever.
That's like Jared Leto saying that there'd be no theaters if not for movies.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's true,
no
but
shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, sounds like something Yogi Berra would have said.
And he apparently said this in 2022. And somehow I missed that. And I saw somebody share that thing. I'm like, what? No way. What a fucking idiot.
Well, that goes to one of my favorite philosopher quotes: by the people, for the people, but the people are retarded.
Oh,
wow.
I don't know. When people make stupid statements like that, it kind of reminds me of that rockumentary that we watched back in the 80s. What was it called, Mike?
Decline of the West?
No, the rockumentary.
Oh,
Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
Spinal Tap, thank you. Where they say something that they think is like really clever or philosophical and it's just stupid.
Yes.
You're describing Twitter, man.
That's celebrities right there.
Okay, it is that time for the show.
Oh,
So-
yeah, great.
Oh man, don't say it. Don't be like that. I am always stuck by this. See you after the ad.
Meet the Seattle Vigilante. Like so many comic heroes, this warrior hides his identity. But his identity isn't the only secret he has to keep. After grievous wounds received during combat, Tier 1 operator John Russell begins to recover and comes to terms with his new reality of being an amputee. And as he learns how to use his new prosthetic limb, he finds himself caught up in the bureaucratic red tape that too many wounded veterans experience, the exhausting medboard process. Out of sheer frustration, John takes it out on the criminal scum of the city. But when reality kicks in, John realizes he started something that's having an impact on the greater world around him, and thus has to reevaluate his motives. And moreover, just how far is John willing to go to finish this war he's declared against the criminals in Seattle? And will he even survive? From the creator of IDW's award-winning graphic novel Code Word Geronimo comes a new story about a different kind of warrior, Vindicated Inc., the first of its kind disabled veteran action hero comic. The Vindicated Inc. graphic novel crowdfunding campaign on fundmycomic.com is provided in the description of this video. We hope you become a contributor. Please share this link. Thanks.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We are now in the second half of the show. And I'll hit continue. Oh, somebody else did. All right. I thought you were gone, Martin.
This is a good scene.
This is my favorite scene in the whole film. Killed many men. That's who I am. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch it, Keith had to leave. So he and Mel had to go do some stuff this afternoon. Now, boys.
They had some continuity problems with that shotgun in this scene. At one point, he's got the action open, and the next shot time you see him with it, it's got it closed again. The armorer screwed that up.
Yep. That's what continuity directors are supposed to do. Their job is to make sure continuity is seen in every scene. I'll tell you, the worst continuity director I've ever seen is the one that works for Francis Ford Coppola. Watch Dracula sometime. Watch that movie. And he knocks the shit out of these kids. And I didn't know it. You really knocked the shit out of these kids.
Yep.
It's like this movie business does not pay enough to get beaten up by Robert Duvall.
Right?
Right.
Now, another interesting little tidbit is the house that this is shot at. This is not the first film it's been in. It is also in Transformers Age of Extinction.
So you're saying that this movie made it a high-class establishment and Michael Bay made it a low-class one.
No, but I'm saying is that Transformers want trans rights.
It is Easter.
Her house looks like a condom tip. Get that reservoir tip.
Well, because in this movie, she's the dick.
Yeah. The kid that plays the young Robert Duvall character, Christian Caine, was injured while filming this, and it left him with a permanent scar on his lip.
Yep.
Damn.
Well, there was quite a lot of stunt work in this, and I think the actors did a lot of it.
There's stuntmen still. I mean,
when the lion was wrestling with Haley Joel Osment's character, that was actually a female stunt person with a very, very short haircut. And then when he was wrestling, when Haley Joel Osment was actually wrestling the lion, it was the animatronic one.
Oh.
They had to do it that way. It would have been too risky to let the real lion on him.
Yeah. Other reason you do that, if the animal maims the actor, if it's a stunt double, okay, it sucks, but you can still continue filming. They maim your lead actor, your movie is over.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that these guys that got beat by this old man and then came back to his place. Showing that classic, sometimes you got to take an ass whooping.
Yep.
You don't always win. Part of being a man is learning to take that fucking ass whooping.
Yep.
Yeah, Karen, before we had a name for them.
It's like they say, write what you know. But all I know is shit, so.
I wrote shit.
It's like, that's the point, lady. We don't want you back.
And that people. There's always that kind of people that goes to your house and tell you what you can do in your house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've never understood that. Like, it's hard enough to live your life. Like, why waste it telling other people how to live theirs?
Yeah, my European mind can't deal with the idea of homeowners associations and them dictating how your garden should look like. What the fuck? Who invents shit like that?
I think Satan did.
Yeah.
And he's highly entertained.
Yeah. The people who invented HOAs are the people who have a biological need to run other people's lives. Can't leave them alone.
Yep. Hey, someone spray painted on your wall, so you're going to have to pay to get it cleaned, even though you didn't do anything.
Yep.
What do you mean you're wheelchair bound? You still got to get taken care of, or we're going to call the police.
Oh, did you see it's a video that a guy whose HOA made him pay like $1,500 or something like that because he parked his truck in front of the house. So he paid the fee in cents.
Yes,
in
pennies.
I like that level of pettiness.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
He went to the house of the president with a lot of bags full of cents. Okay, counted.
Yep.
Yeah. And that one was when a guy was paying a parking ticket. It's like, I'm here to pay my fee. It's like the clerk went, all right. He just literally pours all the coins on there, and then just walks away.
Oh my God.
Oh, this part.
I love these stories, and it was a first watch for me, of course. And all the time you want this to be true, but you're like, yeah, this is too fairy tale like. He's just telling him stories. So the end is just so wholesome.
Well, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't believe this is real until the end of the movie.
Yeah, of course. It has
But
to
you
be
want it to be. You
adorned,
want it to be
embellished.
so badly.
Now you have to remember that is how the kid is picturing in his mind how it should have looked. Ah, how could I put this all assassin? Mm.
All the gold.
Staggering around.
Hello, puppy. This movie, I remember that like in 2004, a friend of mine told me, "Dude, you have to see this movie." And I said, "Oh yeah." I got a movie and I threw it in my backlog, and I just watched it last night for the first time with my wife.
Yeah,
And
they're on.
it was a magical experience.
Yeah, I do think one of the things that didn't help the movie actually is the title of the movie, because it makes perfect sense for it, but it's just
Yes,
it's a hard thing to sell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes you kind of curious. What's this about? What's a secondhand lion?
Yes. And I think this suffered a little bit of the same disease that say a couple other movies I really loved that bombed at the box office, like Big Trouble in Little China did. Was this a comedy? Was this a coming of age story? Was it a fantasy? You know, this is the kind of movie that drives Hollywood executives nuts because they don't know how to market it. They don't know what it is.
Yeah,
It's a little bit of
Princess
everything.
Bride.
I can see that
Yeah.
it's complicated. It
You ever
also
seen
makes
the
it
trailer for
interesting,
Princess
though.
Bride?
What's that?
Oh, have you ever seen the trailer for The Princess Bride? It's like that even the people making the trailer for it don't know what it is, so they just kind of iffy. It's kind of all these things.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Princess Bride, what is it? Oh yeah, here it is.
My true name is Inigo Montoya.
There you go.
Yeah, but this was a charming movie. Mrs. Redshirt had to make me watch this movie about a year ago, and I was like, I don't want to watch it. And you're right, you know, the title just doesn't tell you much of anything. I knew Caine and Duvall were great actors. I'm like, that was the reason I decided to watch it. I was like, well, it's got Michael Caine and Robert Duvall in it. It can't be all bad. And then I loved it. No, I don't think they knew how to market it.
Maybe. I mean, that's one of the movies that you can't not love.
Yeah, well, I didn't see any marketing for it in Venezuela. Any.
What do they usually try to push in Venezuela? They try doing our action movies, or they try doing our more like serious drama stuff?
Action movies. Well, it's a fair combination between comedies, dramas, and action movies. But I think action and comedy are the most popular genres. And I think you could say that about the whole Latin American market.
I appreciate Latin America just because they still actually love genre entertainment and actually want it, unlike our executives here in the U.S. who seem to despise it despite making shit tons of money off it.
It's hard to convey the message in genre.
True.
Yeah, because you have to be creative.
By the way, I pointed it out to Anima when we watched the film. At the end, you see some of his the comic art when he's grown up. But that's actually, I told her, I'm like, that's by Berkeley Breathitt, who did Bloom County.
Yeah, that's Milo, who's him. The Milo from Bloom County is the boy.
Yep.
It's spot on for Milo. So it's like he grew up and drew Bloom County and put himself in it as Milo, as a from his childhood memories. And yeah, I saw that the minute I watched this the first time. I said, "Oh my God, that's Berkeley Breathitt's cartoons."
Yeah, when you're a comic fan, you know your artists.
Yeah.
It's beautiful artwork.
Well, it's a distinctive style. I went to college with Bill Amon, who did the Foxtrot comic strip for decades. And he already had that drawing style when he arrived in college. He'd already basically become a cartoonist. He just had to wait to get out of college with an art degree so he could get syndicated, and he did. And was very successful as a cartoonist.
That's one of the things I miss of the magazine era being away. Those types of strips went away too.
Yep.
Yeah, I miss the Sunday paper.
Yep.
Yep. All I wanted was the comics and the crossword puzzle.
We have
I wanted the movie section. I always wanted the movie section to read reviews and what was playing, the comics, and if they had an entertainment section, period, I'd want that.
We have 2 free newspapers here in Austria, and you can find them at every bus stop, train station, everywhere. And one of them, on the page where the weather forecast is, they do a Garfield comic strip. And I really like that. It's the best thing in that paper because the rest is garbage.
No, important clue that there's things that probably did actually happen is the fact that he just talks to them separately, and the story continues without any like, wait, what?
I like this scene because
yeah,
when he comes up to him to put the blanket over him, it's like he's expecting the blanket. It was like it tripped me out, and because he's wide awake. And this is also one of the most profound moments in the story.
Yep.
Oh,
this is when he has to make the deal to stay alive.
Yep.
Man, however, I feel robbed because now I need to know the whole speech.
It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's like, this person wrote the best song ever. If you include in the movie, you're a damn fool.
It's like in the first remake of Ocean 11 when Brad Pitt is telling, I think, Matt Damon is talking about it. And remember, no matter what, whatever you do, you never, ever, and then someone calls Brad Pitt and he goes, and then Matt Damon is left in the air with all the audience in it. Then what? Don't do what?
That is one of my favorite genre cliches when someone's about to give like a vital piece of information and they just get cut off and it never gets revealed. That's life, man.
The first time I saw Haley Joel Osment, one of my buddies goes, "Does he look like he's got Down syndrome?"
Oh my god!
What?
And I just looked at him like, "What?" He goes, "Look at his eyes. He looks like he has a little Down syndrome in him." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then there's that comedian today who's got a few people, well, a couple of people in his family with Down syndrome, and he did the Saturday Night Live and said that, and apparently caused like an uproar.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank God it just died because it's stupid to get upset about that shit. I mean, he's talking about people in his actual fucking family.
Yeah, I can imagine it's like someone with, who's lost an arm making jokes about losing an arm. I mean, if he finds that shit funny, so can you assholes.
It's not like he has the only right. He just seems to have more of the right to make the joke. None of these guys are eating corn correctly, and it really fucking annoyed me watching this corn eating scene.
Me too.
Like, what are you doing? You don't eat corn. Like, what the fuck?
Like what?
No, don't be an authoritarian. Let people eat the corn what the way they want.
I mean, they don't do anything
did your mom,
normally.
Gary, did your mommy cut the kernels off the corn cob for you so you could eat them?
Never. I grew up on a farm.
Well, I do the typewriter method, as I call it. That's how I eat corn.
That's the way you're supposed to eat it. The typewriter method.
Yep.
And you need to make a ding at one end. Ding. Ding.
This is why it's so weird to be human. I'm like, why is this way improper to eat corn? But you're eating corn. It doesn't matter.
I did it all wrong for all my life. I never did the thing. Am I a bad person now?
I didn't think anybody outside of the United States actually ate corn directly from the cob.
What?
Everybody thought,
no.
I thought everybody thought we were weird for doing that.
Dude, Venezuelans do that all the time. We take the corn, and when it's still hot, you put a little butter on it and have it.
All right.
Yeah. People sticks through that little center thing, and literally you got an automatic, just keep rolling over the fire.
Oh, in Mexico they do that too. They charbroil the corn.
Yes.
I actually like there to be like a little bit of scorching to it when you grill it. I like
that.
Yes.
In fact,
it caramelizes because there's natural sugars in corn, so it really enhances the flavor of the corn. I love it.
There used to be a guy that was in front of my house in the street selling corn. Make it that way with his little cart, burning coal and everything. I wonder what happened. I haven't heard him in quite some time.
Really?
But
that's worrisome. I wonder. I hope he wasn't hurt.
Oh, Parrothead's in the house.
Yes.
Hey, Parrothead.
Oh, look at that.
Oh boy. Does that
That
count
was
as
a
a
good one,
backdoor?
No,
it's not a backdoor breach, but it's good.
I got to tell you, when I was a kid, we would get creamed corn and put it in with cornbread, and it's almost they called it corn pudding because you would eat the cornbread because it was almost like a pudding.
Yep.
I love the way Mexicans do like the corn tortillas. Those are always good.
Oh yes, man. The first week I got in Mexico, you can smell the corn in the air. It was
Anybody who knows what the smell of grilled corn smells like just immediately smelled it. That just
Dude,
in
in
my head, I
Croatia, they have
smelled it.
carts on the streets selling corn in summer. I miss that so much.
Yep.
And there are two ways that we used to grill corn. One, you would grill it in the husk,
That's the best way.
and the other way was you would go ahead and shuck it, and then wrap it in foil and put the butter in with the corn and crisp it with the butter. Those are the two ways we had it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Depending on which parent was cooking.
And sweet butter and corn and done right, so good.
Yeah, my
Naked
grandmother, when I
cat.
was a little kid, would go visit them on Long Island in the summer, and she'd go to the farm stands and buy corn for dinner, and it had to be the afternoon pick, not the morning pick. And that was that tiny white, tiny grain kernel white corn. It didn't need butter. it was incredible. Tiny little ears. I'd eat like 4 of them.
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, if you get sweet corn, I don't put butter on it.
Yeah.
No,
you don't need it. It's got so much flavor.
Yeah, it spoiled me for life because I've never had a ear of corn from a supermarket that tasted remotely like it.
One thing I do like here in Springfield, the store I go to is all local produce. So if you get corn, it is from here, the farmers here.
Yep.
Nice.
And I do like that.
That makes a difference.
Yeah,
That's
Monsanto
IV.
burning hell.
IV buys all their meat and produce from local farmers.
Pop Culture Minefield. We nerd even about food.
No, I am a total nerd for food. That's one reason why
Yes.
Bush and I get along so well, because he likes his food porn, and I do too. I can talk about food all night.
Well, we have to do this.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Yeah.
I love that scene in particular just because he forgot what his name was supposed to be. That's what the pause
they had
of the
come
scene
up with
showed.
this great mystical name, and right when he's doing the scene, he forgot the fucking name, so he went just improvised with Tim.
Man,
They all went with it, which is
I
great.
could never thought possible that Nicky Cat could do a convincing slime back. Because that guy, he tends to play some nice characters, and then you have it here being the scum of the earth.
Yeah. Well, what it sort of makes me hate his mother, because she's keeps putting him into harm's way.
Yes.
He's just property to her.
Yeah.
And that's why I like what he says to her, near the end. Basically, if you love me, you will leave me here. You have any love for me, you will go.
No, he doesn't say that. So
No, I'm saying that is kind of what he says to her.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
I mean, he could just as well beg her to just leave that man. But that's not what he means, and she gets it. He means by doing the right thing is leaving him there and continue her life the way she wants.
Exactly what I just
That's how
said in
grown up
different
he
words.
is.
Yeah, but it's exactly what
You
I
said-
said. You just said it with
You
different
said he
words.
begs her to leave him there, and he doesn't say that. He tells her
That
to do the
is
right
what
thing.
he's doing. Leave me here.
Yes.
Yeah, if
That's
I
why he
remember
jumps out of a
correctly,
fucking moving car.
yeah, I think he says, "Can you, for once in your life, can you do something just for me?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Leave me
Yeah.
here.
A lot of damn stitches.
Yes.
Mauled by a lion. It's a miracle the guy didn't die.
Yep.
Oh,
and the sad part is the lion had a heart attack saving him.
Yes.
Yep. It's a metaphor for what happens later.
He was a real lion. Except lions don't live in the jungle, but that's all right. We'll let that pass.
Yeah, I know they don't.
It's a
tigers.
No, it's a corn
live in the jungle.
Well, if you've ever seen a picture of Africa in the wet season when the elephant grass is green,
it looks jungly.
It's 8 feet tall. It makes the cornfield look like like grass on a plain.
Yeah,
you can't see any animals in the wet season in Africa because they're all
that
4
is,
feet
that
below
is
the
where
top
they
of the
live,
grass.
is they live on the savannah in Africa.
Yes.
Whereas tigers towards India live in the jungles. And by the way, it led to one of the funniest things in Monty Python history is it seems that a tiger made off with his leg. In Africa?
Yes. Yes.
Looks at the camera. Don't say it in front of the camera.
Yeah, I thought it was a mosquito. No, I think it's something a bit larger than that.
And he shows the hole in the net. It's like really fucking huge. The mosquito net. Oh my god, that scene is so fucking funny. I want to watch that movie now.
Lucky that the line got to you before we did.
Yep.
Aw.
He grabs him by the fucking nose.
Yes.
How could he been discharged the next day?
Again, another car with fins. By the way, this scene is what is right after the tiger scene in Monty Python.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the middle of the film.
Yes.
We are, however, at the end.
Oh man, you have
Cars with fins, man. I love the late 50s, early 60s cars, man.
Tell you what, the fins are nice, but I'm more partial to the white band in the tires. I always have loved that.
White sidewalls.
Yeah,
buddy.
The only thing with this thing is I'm trying to place like what year exactly is this movie supposed to take place? Because it has the 1950s cars, but it looks like it's
62.
You know,
According to the stamp on the letter, 62.
Yeah. So the cars are a few years old, which for this cast would make sense. They wouldn't have a brand new car.
Yep.
Not in that area, no.
When Hobbs says to Garth, maybe we could buy the kid from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
They could have, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Should have sold him.
Then they would have had to do like Sound of Freedom back then.
Oh, Shinatsky, don't, please.
Why, Shinatsky? Why? Just why?
Hey, Monkey Jeebus.
Hey, I just realized
There you go.
Secondhand
You earned it.
Vindicated.
Secondhand Vindicated.
You're
Second
banished,
Vindicated.
Shinatsky.
John Russell just sitting on a porch shooting at pedophiles.
Jared Leto goes, I don't like little boys. I just like young women.
Bang.
By the way, speaking of fin cars, you of course got the classic Batmobile from the 66 Batman, which is actually made from a car. What do they
Ford
call that?
Futura. The Ford
Yeah,
Futura.
Ford Futura. It was the Ford Fortuna, and it was a show model. It was, an idea, concept car. There's the word I was looking for. What many people don't know, and this is true, I'm not making a joke, GM actually made the first Batmobile for the show, and it got rejected. And when you look at it, you'll see why. Here it is.
Oh, holy shit!
Take the comment down. Take the
ugly.
Those are machine guns sticking out of the engine.
Yeah, they massacred that Corvette, man. Oh,
hang on, it's Batmobile. We'll put a big sticker on it with the bat.
Oh no!
It just looks terrible.
It does.
And that is why, thank God, Barris made the Batmobile that we know and love.
Yeah.
Hey, Deadman. Nice to see you.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Deadman Walker, what's up, buddy? Here's the scene, yes. And he jumps out of that car. I would have done the same thing, man.
Yeah.
I like how the kid is looking for through the window, waiting for the perfect spot to jump.
I realized, Gary, you could have this inspired Vindicated. Very simply. He ends up coming across smugglers. They've kidnapped, they have a lion in a cage. Needs to deal with some guys. Releases the lion on them. There you go.
Or give him like 3 doors.
Yeah.
One of these doors has a meat-eating lion. The other ones will take you to safety. He opens the first door and the lion comes out. He goes, "Oh man, I wish I picked one of the other doors." And then he jokes, "No, they all had man-eating lions behind them."
Oh god!
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh no! Or you could add all the 3 doors lead to the same room.
Because that's the humor that John has. That's dark sense of humor. Now they all had man-eating lions, buddy. You were fucked.
That was wasn't that like a Simpsons joke at one point?
What was?
Oh, the doors with lines at the end of them. Oh yeah, it was Bart had to like Roman numerals, and he keeps opening doors, and he keeps opening the ones with the lions in them.
Salesmen ought to be here in 2-3 hours. They're just waiting with their guns. I love it. Look yonder.
Well, now that the kid is gone, it's all that they are doing is waiting and find more stuff to be entertained.
And the wonderful thing here is he made the choice where he wanted to be.
Yes.
Someone needs to fix that door.
Yeah, what is that?
That's my door.
Jesus Christ, Shinosky and
Put
his
some oil on the
one door.
hinges.
How many doors you got? I got one door. It squeaks. Of course, the funny part would be is every single door squeaks. He's got like multiple doors, and every door squeaks the same.
Well,
man, it sounds like a haunted house in there.
As long as there are no lions behind those doors, everything's fine.
God, I love this fucking movie. He sets down the rules for him.
Yes.
That's such a great scene.
And you know it means he's growing up because they take it. They go, all right.
Damn, he just
And he really does.
look
His
like
smile
Josh
is
Lucas.
his smile is just like Josh Lucas's smile. It's true.
Yep. It's a great thing they do because in a way they all grow up.
Yep.
And now we cut to them in that damn plane. Yeehaw!
Having the time of their lives.
They tried to barnstorm, and that's how they died.
Hey, if you're gonna go, worst ways to do it.
They went out with a bang.
And together.
Yes, exactly.
You need to see this for yourself.
Yes,
Exactly.
No, you have to come. You need to see this.
Not all people know that.
Hey,
Veritax,
Veritax.
what's up? Yeah.
Man, so much time without seeing you. Look at the...
Insert tail A in hole B.
Their one mistake is they tried to invert.
Yeah.
They went in upside down.
Yep.
Hey, Pacific. How are you,
Hey,
man?
414, what's up, buddy?
This is the part that alleviates of us all. Because here you still have in doubt were they really
This is where we
robbers?
learn it was all true.
Yep.
When I saw the writing on the chopper, I said to my wife, "That's the Cheeks Company."
I was the same, Martin. Such a great moment.
I love the implication that he grew up and his chic grandfather was much the same as Haley Joel Osment's.
Most honored adversaries. They raised me.
They were buying increasingly large boats.
Yeah.
To get in the pond.
Yes.
Oh man, such a beautiful movie.
Yep.
In fact, I think I'm gonna watch it again as soon as the show ends.
Yeah, we just watched it, I think last week. It wasn't that long ago.
Just a great movie.
Yeah, at one point while watching it, I said to Gary, let's make this a Saturday show. And he didn't say anything. He just pulled up the thumbnail that he was working on. It was this one. Already on it.
Yep. This movie does what I refer to as the glow feeling. After you see it, there's this just feeling of glow inside your soul that not a lot of movies do.
Yeah, it makes your soul a little lighter at the end.
Definitely.
I always operated on the OPB program, other people's boats.
Other people. It's like somebody said, asked me one day if I had ever smoked weed. I went, well, yeah, but I never bought it.
Yeah,
ever. It's like
right.
I am always with a friend who like goes, hey man, you want to hit? And I'm like, fuck it, go ahead. Sure. And it's been that's my whole life. It's like I'm always hanging out with somebody that does weed. I don't care. I could care less. I don't want it. But if it's there, all right. What the heck? And I learned to give in because I used to not want to, but then I got a contact high. And I realized, oh my God, I didn't smoke any weed and I'm still high. Like, fuck, I may as well just go ahead and do it. Because the assholes always would shut the windows. Because they didn't want to be wafted out on the campus.
Yeah, they don't want to get arrested.
Yep.
Right.
Imagine that.
Yeah, put towels up against the door, the gap at the bottom of the door. Seriously, they would do that shit to keep it from wafting out of the room. So that movie is so fantastic. I just, and it is a film. It makes you feel lighter at the end because you're just a little less stressed. You're happy, and I like films that do that to you.
Films and series. We have a couple of them.
Yeah, and it does. It's got some great bonus features, including the making of, got great interviews and stuff. And also Easter eggs on the DVD. But if I don't know if those carry over to the Blu-ray.
They usually don't. I've not seen many Blu-rays that have all the extra features retained, which is a shame because
because they'd have to shell money to the company that originally produced them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was one time, because The Thing came out on Laserdisc, and all of the bonus feature stuff that's on there, except for one documentary, was all on the Laserdisc, including the director commentary, which never should change. That director commentary by John Carpenter and Kurt Russell is the best commentary I've ever heard on The Thing. No movie has ever had a better commentary than what you get with The Thing, because they're cracking each other up, telling stories, and talking about how crazy what's his name is, good diabetes, that guy.
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley. They would start telling Wilford Brimley stories. And Kurt would just start laughing. Because, like, he said, remember that scene where he's got to dig into the thing? Man, he really liked that. He was like, that man worked on a ranch. So it was like digging into dead animal, and he just got a kick out of it. Just digging in there, all that guts. Yeah, it could totally be true, could be totally fictional, and that's the thing, in the end, he learns that it's true, but was it really needed that he needed to learn that? He didn't really need to.
Well,
and that's why they changed the ending.
Yeah, as Hub tells him, we don't hear the very end of the speech that young men need to hear to become a man. But he tells him that, some things may or may not be true, but sometimes those are the most important things to believe in.
Absolutely.
Yep. And fuck nihilism, because that's what we don't have movies like this because people are just fucking cynical.
Yeah, this is an anti-nihilist film. Absolutely is anti-nihilist. There's morals in it. his belief.
And you know that when he finally finds out at the end that the stories they told him were true, he knows they had a life well lived. And they went out
they had
their
a full
way.
life.
They had
Exactly.
a
That's
full
why
life,
he
and
isn't
they went.
sad.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm not so sad when like actors who make it into their fucking 90s pass away. I'm like, that guy had a long fucking life. That's a good life. That's when you want to go out. When shit doesn't work anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Think
So-
about the ending of this movie. What happens? The grandfathers die, and it's an uplifting thing. I'm just going. This movie done got fear of death, and that's why I see from a lot of other things.
Now, I do have this interview reel here. I don't know if we're going to get claimed on it. If we do, I'll delete it later. Because I just don't feel like dealing with the review system on YouTube. They're real assholes. Like, if you lose it, you may lose your channel. Like, really? You put the stakes up pretty high just for one fucking video. Oh, I better make sure I share the audio share. Screen and audio. There we go.
And now, your selection. Meet the stars.
Walter, good news. You're spending the summer with your two uncles.
It's a picture that is fascinating for a 6-year-old, 16-year-old, a 26-year-old, a 60-year-old.
Maybe we should have called first.
Winged him! There he is!
Winged him!
Relatives, eh? Oh, damn it. Leave us alone. The last thing we need is some little sissy boy hanging around all summer.
Nice doggy.
Careful, kid. He's a man-eater.
You bought a lion? A used lion?
Stand back, kid. You don't want to get mauled and eaten.
It's a 2-year-old lion, so the killer instinct isn't there yet. And watching it play around with the trainer, it just looks...
Oh, look at that.
Oh, my God. That's no CGI lion. That's pretty good, doesn't it?
They're still young enough that they'll play, and so they like to wrestle, but it really looks pretty serious.
That was Haley Joel Osment with the real lion.
There was a lot of physical stuff.
Did you see that?
I don't think that was him.
I think that was.
Play, and so they like to wrestle, but it really looks...
No, it looks like a grown man.
Haley's face.
What I got from Tim is that there was a lot of physical stuff. You control it, because they can get carried away.
They won't let me. I would truly really like to work with a lion, but
See, it wasn't him. It was
That was the stunt girl. Yeah, that was the stunt girl.
I believe this man's going to need some stitches, is my next line. Children will like it because they are children, and we will like it because we've grown up, and we've grown up with people older and wiser than ourselves.
He needs them as much as they need him, you know, and we sort of save each other.
Hollywood wouldn't want to make this film today because it's got a boy and men.
Yeah. And they get a new lease on life.
They would make it a girl. If they remade this, it would be about a girl and her mom's aunts.
Right.
character who
And I
learns how
would
to
not
do
want to watch it.
it. And I guess it sort of taught me how to do that too.
You expect us to die of old age?
I don't think people change that much in any given set of circumstances, but I think that there's an alteration process that everybody benefits.
It's very funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's also very touching. Welcome home.
Thing about Michael Caine is he's got one of those smiles that makes you wonder, did that guy just con me?
Yeah.
Because when he smiles, it's almost like, hey, it's a great. Why do I feel like I'm being conned right now? Like you just got over on me.
I just got all your money.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it taps into the adventurous spirit that is in all of us as humans in a way that, as an adult, I don't think I've experienced since the cartoon age growing up. Yeah. It is absolutely one of my favorite films of all time. And it's no surprise that Robert Duvall and fucking Michael Caine are in it because they're two of my favorite actors. And I've been watching him since, Robert Duvall since To Kill a Mockingbird. And in turn, since I didn't see Alfie until I was actually a teenager. So my first film with him was Harry Palmer, The Ipcress File. And I became a fan of his because of that movie. I mean, was that the same thing for you guys, or what were your first movies with either of those actors?
Oh, Robert Duvall, I would say it was The Godfather.
You know, it sounded like you said Rubber the Ball.
Okay. Whatever, man.
I'm not making fun of you. That's really what it sounded like to me. And I knew that you said it. No, he meant, okay, he's saying Robert Duvall.
Okay, Robert Duvall. I saw him first on The Godfather. Michael Caine. That is a hard one. I think he has been present all my life, so I wouldn't know.
You don't even think it's like, oh, I've seen so many, I just don't remember. Anybody else?
Yeah, Robert Duvall. The first movie I saw him in was THX 1138.
The original cut?
Yeah, whatever was on television.
Yeah, that was the original cut.
You had that on TV?
Yes.
Yeah, it was put on TV.
Damn.
Robert Duvall, Falling Down, I think.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's starting to get old, Robert Duvall.
That's the earliest I remember. Remember, I'm also a lot younger than you guys, so.
Listen here, you little shit.
I'm not sure what the first movie with Michael Caine that I saw, but I know I went back and looked up Zulu and loved it because that was his breakout
again, that was
role.
a film I saw later. I saw that. I think it was like 10 or 11 when I saw that the first time. Oddly, I saw Zulu Dawn before I saw Zulu, and it confused me. I thought I was getting ready to watch Zulu Dawn again, and I'm like, wait, there's another film with the name Zulu, and it's an older film. And then later, I found out that it was the first film was written and directed by the same man, and the guy who wrote and directed that went on to write Zulu Dawn, which is a prequel to Zulu. It was what happened before that battle.
Right.
So you saw it in the correct order by accident.
By accident.
Yes.
Oh.
Mere coincidence.
Oh, actually, now I remember. Yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol. Been like 8 when I saw it.
My first favorite film with Robert Duvall, even though I saw him in To Kill a Mockingbird first, the first film where he really stuck to my ribs, and I'm like, oh, this guy is good, was Killer Elite, a film that came out in the 70s. I was a little kid. My dad took me to see it, and it had James Caan in it, and it's the first movie to introduce ninjas to Hollywood. It did. It had ninjas in it, and it was directed by Sam Peckinpah. And I'm friends with the woman who was his assistant on the film. And I've told her many a time, man, that's my favorite Sam Peckinpah film. Because it was one of the first martial arts films, and it's the first film to introduce ninjas. American martial arts films.
On a not sequitur note, speaking about great movies which have had remake, did you notice that they are the French are doing, or they have done already, a new version of Sorcerer?
The movie about taking dynamite, or it actually is?
Yes, that one. I saw the trailer last week.
Does it look good?
Okay.
No, I bring it up.
Yeah.
No. You already made the sound.
Judge for
I'm
yourself.
I'm already out. Here, I'm going to show you.
Look for the trailer. Show it. Do it.
No, I'm showing
now.
this. This is the movie The Killer Elite. And I did that movie poster for my buddy Duncan Sheik, and I used this poster as the model for it. My little homage to that poster there. I love that movie. The Killer Elite. What a great film. It is action-packed thriller. Robert Duvall is a bad guy. And oh my God, he is so good in that film. You got so many good actors in Arthur Hill, Bo Hopkins, Burt Young, Mako is in it. Gig Young, oh, that dude was tragic. You know the story behind Gig Young, right?
No.
Any of you?
No.
Gig Young, he had mental problems, okay? And he was the first or second husband of Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched. And she got away from him. He was very toxic, very destructive, alcoholic, a big boozer. And his last marriage, he got married to her. They went home and he killed her and then killed himself.
Ouch. Oh boy.
Yeah, very dark fellow right there. Tom Clancy's in it before he wrote books. I'm just kidding. It's a different Tom Clancy.
My God.
Hey, George Chung. I know him from a lot of stuff. Victor Sin Yung is another Chinese actor. This is a great. Oh, that's a different actor. I'm sorry. I saw a name and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, that's a different actor. This is a great little film. And if I may end up doing this on a Saturday because I really thoroughly enjoy the crap out of this movie.
I believe the remake is with Jason.
It is not a remake.
Statham.
It is not a remake.
Same title.
That's the same problem. Title, completely different story. In fact, that story is based on real people, and it's not very good. I thought it was a terrible film.
Okay, Gary, please look for the trailers. Is The Wages of Fear 2024.
Wages of Fear?
Yep.
You know, I just to be a dick, I should say words that are similar to Wages of Fear and just say, oh, that's what I heard when you said it.
Oh, my God. Oh, and according to IMDb, was released yesterday.
The Wages of Hair?
No, I can say that speech at that speed.
Netflix. Oh my God, that's a bad sign. It's on Netflix. The Wages of Fear. Is that the one?
Yes.
All right. We're going to get claimed, but I'll go ahead and show it. Share screen. I'll try to pause it.
On a eu
Every
puis qui alimente les
7 seconds. Oh, when did we lose Sanoski?
I don't know. I was doing this. Turn that volume down.
Le seul moyen de l'éteindre, c'est de la faire exploser.
March 29th. What is the day?
30. So
Came out yesterday.
Yes. Back in the nitro.
Ramener cette nitro jusqu'ici en camion.
Leclerc.
I would rather juggle rabid skunks than drive a truck full of nitroglycerin across the desert.
Yeah.
On top of that, the original story is riding on those dangerous roads up a mountain where the roads are like barely wide enough for a truck. And then you go across those crazy fucking bridges.
Vous avez un peu plus de 24 heures pour éteindre l'incendie.
Gotta keep pausing it. Yeah, I just don't think this is going to be any good.
Yeah, they're substituting the dangers of the landscape with bullets and action.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, because Sorcerer, because it was made originally in like 1960, the first version.
Yeah,
and it was a good film, but it's not great. Sorcerer, on the other hand, where's
that
the
one,
trailer for it?
that one,
Is
that
this-
one with the red
this one?
letters. No,
This one's the
that
trailer.
is that's the one.
That says modern trailer. No, thank you. That means it's an altered, edited one.
Ah,
I'll go ahead and play it.
It's risky moving one of those cases 10 feet. That fires all the...
That looks so accurate if you've ever been around like that shit. It looks like oiled wax paper.
200 miles away.
If it were up there, could you use it?
How the hell are you gonna get it
It's
up?
not your problem. We'll get it up there.
And then they drive up those dangerous fucking roads on those mountains. Roy Scheider. And a lot of people thought that bridge was real. In that famous bridge scene. Actually, no. That was designed.
and I
to do
think
what it did.
This is the first remake.
This is the remake. The original film came out in around 1960.
Yes, and it was in black and white.
Black and white, and then Sorcerer came out with Roy Scheider, and that was the 77 remake. That's what this is.
That fake blood. Damn, that was a shock.
What a great fucking actor right there, Roy Scheider.
You got a problem. Tell me about it. You gonna tell me where I'm going? I swear to Christ, I don't know.
We now need experienced truck drivers. Men who are willing to do a day.
Ooh, I've been on roads like that.
We should do this one too sometime.
They will receive exceptional wages.
Murphy's War is what we should do.
I like Murphy's War.
Only experienced truck drivers willing to risk their life can do it.
Damn.
See, everybody thinks
boy.
that was a real bridge. I'm like, no, it was designed to do what it does. That's a Hollywood special effects team put that together.
Yep, means they did their job really damn well.
Damn right. William Friedkin's masterpiece.
And you're gonna guide me. Because I can't do it alone.
What a great movie. This is a nice edit of the trailer. I do often like these modern trailers, these guys that do edits, make their own little trailers for these classic movies and make it like it's a modern trailer because they do a really good job on that.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, the Wrath of Khan one guy did is pretty good.
I have seen it. Yes, it's really good. When I worked at the quarry, our shooter was called by the sheriff to detonate a shed full of dynamite. Oh, weeping. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you don't mess with that.
If you've been around that stuff and you see that, get the fuck away from it.
Yep.
Absolutely true. Yeah, our big thing is we used to go and we'd steal blasting caps when I was a kid. Yeah, those crazy things you did when you were a latchkey kid. Still blasting caps. And one kid took one of the blasting caps and put it on a rail, let a train go over it.
Ooh.
Yeah, never once thought of just how fucking dangerous that was to the train. Not once. Because when you're a kid, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's like, Billy, I'm sorry, but you're going away forever.
Technically, what you did was called a terrorist act. Because I don't want to use that word as one word. Because YouTube might be looking for that one. So, but anyway, that's the show, guys. We had fun. Redshirt, any last thoughts, my friend?
This is I think Michael Caine said it the best. It's funny. It's also touching. It's entertaining as hell. You love the characters. You buy into them very quickly, and you want what's best for the boy, and you want his uncles to teach him that. And the final scene, I'm glad they reshot it, and for all the money they spent, because I think it's a much better ending than what I read about the original ending. It's a better payoff for the movie. It really is. And it's definitely worth owning. This is going on my short list of movies to buy on media. Probably going to buy the DVD so I can get the extras on it, and just be able to watch it whenever I want, because it's a great movie.
Get both of them. Get the DVD for the extras and the high resolution for the enjoyment.
Yes. Yeah, we could do that.
Have Secondhand Lion Con. Get Michael Caine and Haley Joel Osment as guests.
Absolutely. Shanatsky, anything you want to add before we leave?
We've done this in the past. We can make movies like this again in the future. We just got to get over this bullshit hump we're in.
Girl boss. Got to get away from the girl boss way of making films. It just doesn't work. It's not believable. It's not realistic. So, and in the immortal words of Brian,
that's it. Show's over.
We are out of here. Hope everybody has a good Saturday, and I'll see you again Monday morning for Military Monday. We are going to be doing a dedication to one of my favorite actors, Louis Gossett Jr., and we're doing Officer and a Gentleman. So, see y'all then.
Bye, guys.
Cubs win. Cubs win. Wipeout. In the roof, rusted. Wasn't a rock.